All right, this video today is going to be about the fit shaming, body shaming uh, that we have going on, and and how that is okay. That the fit shaming and body shaming, or I'm sorry, fit shaming and and skinny shaming is quite all right. That's quite all right a thing to do. That's fine. Long as you don't go in on the big people. Hey, that's all fine. You can do that. My whole issue, my whole thing on this is that when you see people talking about, when you see you get feminists or you get women or whatever talking about, well, those are, whenever they see people and they see all these fit people on magazines and things like that, that's an unattainable measure of beauty and blah blah blah. Let's real women. Let's have real women on more of these ads and stuff like that. And I think more than anything, they mean fat women. They mean overweight women, or curvier. They'll call it curvy. Of course, they've pretty much hijacked the word curvy and applied it to fat. Because we don't want to be called, we don't, as long as we're not called fat, we can be called anything else, just not fat. It could be, well, they'll come up with all kind of, I've seen women come up with curvy, voluptuous. One woman said Rubenesque. Rubenesque. She was fat. It is what it is. So, I think the whenever you see the magazines talking about, or the magazines putting somebody on the cover, I think it's the same as cars. It's the same thing. I mean, they're celebrating a lifestyle or a body that is harder to maintain. It's harder. It's not impossible for most people. It is not impossible. We know about the thyroid problem. We're gonna, we know this. We're gonna, let's set that aside and say, I would venture to say, out of 10 people, or 10 overweight people, you'd probably be hard pressed to find one person that has an actual legitimate issue with the reason that they cannot be fit or lose weight. So when you put on these magazines, you're putting forth something that takes, it's hard to, it's hard to work for. This is not something that's easy. It's not easy. I mean, it's just like if someone puts on the front of a magazine cover, what car magazine manufacturer or what car magazine is going to put a Ford Pinto or a Hugo on the cover of the magazine? I'm pretty sure that those are pretty easy cars to get. Those are easy cars to get. So those are easy to attain. A fit body is not an easy thing to maintain or to attain. I mean, it's really not. It's something that's pretty difficult, but it can be done. So, just like if they put a Corvette on there, those are not easy to maintain, or I keep saying maintain. Those are not easy to attain. So of course or a Ford GT or something like that. That's not an easy car to attain, to buy. That takes a lot of hard work and dedication to actually get a car like that. So those are the reason that you see those kind of cars or those kind of bodies on magazines, because that takes hard work and dedication for that person to be fit, or the person to be somewhat thin. Of course, we're not talking about the anorexic thin. We're just talking about a thin. It's easy to get a Hugo or a Ford Pinto. It's easy to be fat. It really is. Besides a small minority of people that just cannot, that are just born skinny, or not born skinny, or just they're skinny. That's just what they are, no matter how much they eat. That's not very often. Just the same as it's not very often that a person cannot lose weight by hard work and not getting your stomach stapled. So it's something that takes some hard work. It can be done. It can be done. It's not. That's the reason that you see these things on the magazines and stuff like that. It's because it is something that takes hard work and dedication. To be fat, it does not take hard work and dedication. All you got to do is just sit right there on the couch, put some chips in your hand, watch TV. It's pretty, to be honest with you, getting fat is actually kind of fun. It's fun. Getting fat is pretty fun. It's a fun thing. I mean, hell, you don't have to do a damn thing to be fat. But to be fit is something that takes a little bit of planning. It takes some discipline to say, I'm not going to eat this extra this. I'm not going to eat this cake that. I'm just not going to do it. It takes that. So why not celebrate hard work and achievement? Why not celebrate hard work, something that's hard to attain? Why not do that? We celebrate cars. You get Aston Martins and stuff like that on the front of these, or you got Ducati motorcycles. That's hard work. Or those you have the old cars with the big blocks and stuff like that in them. That took a lot of hard work. So yeah, you show off hard work, but being fat or lazy or having a really crappy car or that's one that you just know that you don't take care of, that you don't put any kind of hard work into, why should that be celebrated? Why should that be celebrated? Why should something that doesn't take any hard work be celebrated? What's wrong? What's wrong with putting that up and saying, hey, this is something that's attainable? I don't understand that. But that's my video on the fit shaming. I might revisit this subject. I think I might have a couple more things to say about it, but I like to keep my videos short. But this is what came to mind right now. So here we are. And if you like the video, subscribe and tell me all about it in the comment section. One thing I don't do is I don't argue. I don't argue my opinion. This channel is my opinion. These videos are my opinion. If you don't like it, oh well, you don't have to listen. I'm not going to argue anybody. I know on some of my political videos, you'll see people, they want to argue with me or call me names and stuff like that. Man, believe it or not, that's not going to make me change my mind. So anyway, that's my video on fit shaming. To those that are out there, there's no reason to shame either way. There's no reason to shame either way. I mean, that's just bullying. Let's be honest here. But facts are facts. It is easy to be fat. It's hard to stay fit. It is what it is. So that's not shaming. So please don't come at me with that. All right?